After my 8th place in the Bahrain Grand Prix, the BBC are discussing, am I the most incredible F1 driver ever? Well, I did wonder when I saw this article whether it's fake or not, but I did do some double checking and it is confirmed to be real. So guys, leave your comments, am I the best F1 driver ever? Hi guys, welcome to the Chinese Grand Prix here on F1 2016 career mode. This is practice. You can see it's absolutely soaking around here in China, but you can see first action on the wets all season and I already outbrake myself. Hopefully that doesn't sort of continue on the whole weekend. Hopefully we learn how to brake for that corner, but anyway, you can see I'm really struggling here. The car is all over the place. My first time obviously round this track on the full wet tyres. I have done obviously in Monaco on the full wet tyres, which was absolutely crazy, but yeah, this is obviously a lot more high speed, and it's actually maybe even harder at high speed obviously because there's a lot more aquaplaning. The car's really struggling a lot here. So free practice 3 is where we're at the moment. I did do free practice 1 and 2 guys, just to let you know, and I haven't seen your comments yet because I'm recording a few videos on the Thursday which you guys are going to see on the Friday. So I haven't seen your comments yet whether you'd like to see free practice 1, 2, 3 and qualifying and the race, or just, you know, what variation you like in the most. So leave it down in the comment section, this one as well. Sorry if you have already commented it. You know, just maybe if you haven't commented it yet, let me know what you'd prefer to see in the career mode. I'm up for giving you as much guys content as possible, but I just want to make sure that I'm not making the videos too long, because I realise this video is going to go on for about 20 minutes and the previous two went on for over 20 minutes as well. So nonetheless, hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. I've really appreciated the support obviously once again. And let's try and hopefully have a good result here in China. Obviously we had a really good result in Bahrain. Very unexpected after that first race in Australia. I honestly thought we were going to struggle to get points at all this season, but luckily we managed to put together a really good race in Bahrain and managed to grab 8th position. Maybe could have been a little bit more actually if I didn't make so many mistakes throughout that whole race, but it is the way it is. And I've got to say, every single time I'm going around a lap in this game, I'm enjoying it more, but I'm also learning a lot more. With the controller, when I started it was really tough, but now I'm sort of understanding how to control the car on medium traction control at the moment. I'm hoping to turn it off by the end of the series, and also I need to try and turn off more and more you know, the brakes and everything like that. I'll try and turn them off to sort of, you know, not anti-lock brakes on. So we'll get there. Obviously just give me a bit of time to get used to it. And also the camera view, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I really don't like the standard T-cam in this game. It's just, you don't really see enough. I mean, I think there is a field of view sort of changer, so I probably should get around to changing it, because in my opinion at the moment I'm not liking the field of view of the standard T-cam. It seems to be way too far forward, and you can see here I'm struggling on my lap here in practice here. I'm sliding all over the place, and once I'm off the track, I'm off the track, and I started, yeah, that's just it. Let's end practice there. I want to get to the qualifying session at this point. Did a nice little cheeky burn out there for absolutely no reason, but then I decided to end a session here, which is nice to do, and well, advance to qualifying even, you can do that in there. But obviously that was my first lap of the session here, so I actually ended up practicing last place. That's because it actually did end up drying up a little bit in the practice session, meaning that everyone else, you can see there, went onto the intermediate tyres. So you can see I was behind a couple of other people that were on the wets, but nonetheless, let's skip ahead to qualifying. This is what matters, obviously, to start our race off hopefully well with a good position here. But you can see I'm very close to the end of the session here. 20 seconds of the session remaining here, so I could be the last person on the lap. There is one or two cars you can see just behind me on the mini-map who might also squeeze in another lap here, but here we are. We are currently in 11th place. That lap time was set on the full wet tyres, and this one is going to be set obviously on the intermediate tyres here. Whoa, don't know whether you guys heard that, but there was a really loud car in the pit lane, which is kind of strange. But yeah, the checker flag's out. I don't think anyone behind me actually got a lap time in, so basically I'm the last person on the track. I've got the driest track available to me obviously, but I've got Pascal Wehrlein right in front of me here. He's going to slightly help me up, is it? No, because I'm just sort of going to put my car in a position that he has to move out the way, because I was like, if I want to get an improvement on this lap time here, because I know my time, so my position is going to keep falling because more and more people put their lap times in. So I thought I've got to go for this move here. I can't be waiting behind Pascal Wehrlein for any longer. But you can see I go purple through the first sector there. Is that 2/10 up on Rosberg? But the only unfortunate thing with that is I ran wide in that corner, and well, I lost a lot of time. So it's a bit annoying, but you know, learning from every little mistake here. And see, we've got Pascal Wehrlein right back up behind us again. Hopefully he's not going to do the same thing that I did to him. So you can see I'm a bit more defensive through there now. You can see very close through there. Verline's still quite close behind me, hoping that he doesn't make a bit of an overtake to try and get back past me, obviously, after what I turned the first couple of corners of the lap. But I think we pulled enough clear now. So through to the second sector here. How close are we going to be? We're 2 seconds up on our split. We're 1.4 seconds down on Nico Rosberg, who's currently on pole position. Look at the top left where our position counter is, guys. You're going to see that rapidly falling in a minute as loads of other cars cross the line. You can see I'm sliding slightly through this corner here. I'm just managing to control it there. So there we are. We're down to 13th position. It's going to keep dropping down here as we go towards the end of the lap. At the moment, we've got Kevin Magnussen just behind us here. Is he going to go past us here? I think Kevin Magnussen's just going around the final corner, actually. He's going to settle out of time. I think he's going to go ahead of us here. Magnussen's just gone ahead of us here, but we're down to 15th place now. We've got a couple of cars in front here who are also on lap times, but more importantly, guys, look at our delta here. We're 4.2 seconds up. Naz has made contact with someone. Is he going to be in the way in the last corner? We've made to have a good enough run out of that corner, and across the line. Have we just gone 5th place here in China? We've just gone 5th place in qualifying. I did not expect that whatsoever. The changing conditions in the qualifying session really did help me out there. So that was really unexpected, but wow, okay, so we've got Jenson Button qualified 1/10 of a second behind me. Daniel Kvyat was there as well. So a mixed up grid order. Yes, it's very strange to see Renault up there, but it's also strange to see Toro Rosso and also Jenson Button in 6th place. So I've got to say, guys, I am looking to probably up the difficulty. I need to do some practice races on the harder difficulty to just see what it, what the results end up like, whether I'm like so far behind that it makes it a boring video. I'm going to do some testing before I start the next episode completely, so you guys are hopefully going to see the next episode on Legend difficulty if this goes to plan. So here we are slotting into our grid place here. Obviously, you can do the whole formation lap and everything yourself, but you can't actually get into your own grid box, which I thought that was one of the cool things about like R Factor and those sort of games, is that you could actually get into your grid slot, and even though it would slightly reset you if you went really badly, it was still cool to actually be able to drive straight into your pit box. But in this game, it basically takes control of your car with a couple of 100 meters before the start line, and you don't really get to sort of drive into your grid slot, which I find a little bit annoying. And then also the fact that it sort of goes to a black screen. You can see it sort of resets there. So once everyone's in their position, you're not just going straight off. You basically have to sort of go through a loading menu. Then we go to the race. The clutch is down, and away we go, guys. We got a rocket of a start there. Already past Sebastian Vettel, who's had a terrible start. Jenson Button's looking to go for a move on him. So now we're into 4th position down to turn 1, but we slightly get wide there on the marbles. Vettel's gone through there. Button's on our inside here. He's trying to force a position there. I think he's done it. Yes, Jenson Button's got up into 5th position there. We've dropped down to 6th place here. So after an incredible qualifying, I think we're slightly going back to reality here, guys. We haven't got quite the pace of the front guys, but Sergio Perez behind us here is on the super soft tyres. He's going to be hoping to make them work here on the early part of the race. I was actually questioning maybe doing a 2-stop strategy, going super soft, soft tyre for the 2 stops. But I've decided to just go for the 1-stop strategy here today, which is on the soft tyres here and go on to the medium tyres to end off the race. It might be slightly slower, you'd say. You won't get the ultimate lap time that you might do on the super softs, but maybe it's the slightly safer strategy. Obviously, you're not going 100%, you're not pushing the parts to a limit where they could end up breaking. So overall, this first lap, I'd say, was a success. We didn't get involved in an accident, and we only lost 1 position. And if, considering I started 5th, I'd expected to drop a lot more off the start here. But you can see right away the AI are starting to pull out a gap here, down the back straight here. That was a corner I really struggled throughout the whole race, is that corner there. And also the final corner I was really finding tough. Like, I kept braking a little bit too late and then running wide into the last corner, and it wasn't exactly ideal. But overall, this game was so much fun, guys. Little mistakes, it doesn't really bother you too much. You just start enjoying the fact that you're having fun at the end of the day. And I think Codemasters need to have a bit of that as well. Even though obviously it's becoming a more serious game, obviously with more, higher difficulty level, more options to make it more realistic. And they need to have that factor which makes it fun, which is why a lot of their games in the past were really, really, good. Even though they weren't like the perfect game, for example, they were fun, and they were enjoyable when you got into certain situations in the game, like online. If that's perfected, I think honestly it can be the maker of this game. Like, it was the career mode on 2015 was like the breaker of that game. It's like make or break, basically. That really ruined it for a lot of people, not having a proper career mode. But the fact that there is a career mode in this game, and the fact that the online does look to be at least a little bit better, hopefully this game will get a lot better reviews than F1 2015. Hopefully you guys can get it, and hopefully we can have some racing online and that sort of stuff. That's what I'm hoping to do over the next couple of days. We're looking to go for a move on the inside of Button as I'm rambling on, but hopefully we can do some online lobbies. But side by side with Button, really close here over 5th position. The 5th position, I couldn't believe that I was actually battling for this sort of position in our 3rd race of the season. But that also makes me think like the difficulty level might already be a little bit too easy. Like, I want to be honest with you guys, I want to make sure I have the best videos possible, and to make the best videos possible you need to be on the right difficulty level. And maybe, I know I'm battling with Button, which might be quite realistic. Like, battling with Button would generally be a normal race, but it's the fact that we're battling over 5th place. So, you know, I want to compare my lap times to, you know, Magnussen especially, and then also to some of the other cars around me. Like, if I put the difficulty up a level, is it going to make the racing more exciting? I mean, we'll check. I'm going to do some testing races after this video is made, and then I'm going to see whether the legend difficulty is the right one to go on for the rest of the season. And maybe, we don't know, but maybe the ultimate difficulty, or whatever it's called, once we got into the PC, maybe we can start doing that, start developing as a driver, and hopefully get into the ultimate driver, which obviously would be on that ultimate difficulty and trying to be competing for World Championships. So we'll see how that works. I mean, obviously that's a long way in the future. We've got to finish this season first, guys, before we switch over to the PC, which I think you guys will enjoy. But I think you can already tell. I mean, I don't want to big myself up because I know I'm not the best driver in the world, but I think my driving has definitely improved over those last couple of days. Obviously, the first video I made on this game wasn't, you know, the driving was pretty bad because I got home, I was on my lunch break from work, and I basically just picked up the game for one race, and I just saw how it went, and I didn't really, you know, I didn't do any like mega test, or I didn't do any testing. I got picked up the game, went into a quick race around Hockenheim, and then that's what my racing was like. And I think it was sort of good in a way to have that video to benchmark myself. Now I can go back in that, you know, a couple of weeks time maybe, and see how much quicker I was than when I first picked up the game. So we'll see how that all works out, but overall I'm pretty happy with the progress I made in this game. I've really enjoyed it, and you know, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the videos too. It looks like you have, from all the support, and thank you once again for that. Nice little move there on Max Verstappen. I mean, sorry, I end up talking about a topic, and I sometimes miss the overtakes in the video, but I do like to talk as much as possible in these videos. Obviously, I don't want to sort of string it out just to you know, fill up a certain amount of time in the video. So there we go, into 5th position there. Nice little move on Max Verstappen. And if we skip ahead a couple of laps, this is actually our pit stop lap here. That's why you're probably wondering, why am I in 3rd place, well now 2nd place, overtaking Button down the back straight. Well, basically a few of the other cars have pitted, and you can see the leader, Nico Rosberg's also in the pits as well. But on the brakes into the hairpin, we've got past Jensen Button. So has Kimi Räikkönen as well. For anyone wondering, Kimi Räikkönen is actually, this is a battle for position. He hasn't pitted, he isn't battling for the lead. So into the pit lane here, guys, you can see, you know, switch into there. Now floor it in here. We've actually got the automatic pit lane on, because I was finding it very tough in Australia to get the, you know, the manual pit lane stopping right. So maybe in the future we'll get back onto that. I need to do a bit of practice off from the career mode, obviously, because when I want to get to the career mode, I want to make sure I've got the best racing possible, that I'm not just showing you guys some sort of me trying it for the first time. But oh, we've been jumped by Kimi Räikkönen in the pit lane, so that wasn't very good. But we can hope to improve, obviously, now that we're right behind him. We're on the same tyres here. If we can just learn a little bit from Räikkönen here, hopefully just, you know, see some of his lines. Oh, I think someone's out of the race. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Valtteri Bottas has retired from the race here. It looks like he came straight out the pits maybe, and just, you know, went straight off the track. I'm not too sure what really happened there, to be fair. But overall for us, we come out of pits in 6th place here. Räikkönen really is going to be a good person to follow here. Obviously, he's got a faster car, so we can follow his lines, see how he's doing. And in general, we can hopefully learn something from Kimi Räikkönen here. Obviously, he's jointly leading the championship at this point here, so he's not going to be too thrilled with battling with a Renault over 5th place. But at the end of the day, for someone like Räikkönen, I don't think, honestly, going into the season, he would be expecting to go for the championship. But beating his teammate Sebastian Vettel is more the goal that Kimi Räikkönen have been setting himself at the start of this season. So you can see we're using a bit of our rich fuel mixture now, because I thought this would be a perfect time to try and push and try and get the overtake in. And if we could get past Räikkönen, this was going to be the time whilst we're right behind him. So there we go, round the outside there of Kimi Räikkönen with the DRS wide open, and there we are, up into 5th position. I can't believe I'm saying those words in a Renault, but I know obviously the difficulty level probably does need to be improved for the next race, which you guys will see hopefully tomorrow. But even though we got past Raikkonen there, we did nearly run a bit wide there, which lost us the position. So that was close. We just managed to get past Raikkonen there. No contact whatsoever. I'm really getting used to this game a lot more now. So I think my overtakes are getting much, much better than where they were at in Australia. But still, the odd mistake like that one there, which has given me, you know, the bad run out of the corner, which Raikkonen has just gone straight past it. But he's on the offline. You know, it's not on the line whatsoever there. I'm not too sure what he was really attempting through there. But anyway, skipping out to lap number 9 here. Still got Kimi Raikkonen right behind us, but we've actually got Roman Grosjean in front of us. I'm assuming he hasn't pitted, or he's in the pits right now, but I've made a mistake. As I was talking about earlier, I was really struggling with the last corner. I was slightly going wide onto the marbles, and then, well, you saw what happened basically there. Running wide, Kimi Raikkonen side by side with me here. He's round the outside. Kimi Raikkonen up into 5th place. We'd literally just gone into the 5th place, obviously, a couple of laps before, and we should actually gain 5th position back without making this too complicated. But Grosjean should be coming in the pits at some point, and that should put us into the 5th position. And you can see, indeed, it did. So even though that, you know, we lost that position to Raikkonen there, but we're still in 5th place, so that's still decent. But was that Sebastian Vettel retiring from the race? He was on the last lap of the race, surely. I think he's in front of us here. Let's see. So once again, really messing up that final corner, but luckily we've still got the DRS to try and sort of, you know, get back a little bit of time that we lost through running wide. But yes, I think Sebastian Vettel's retired there. He's off the side of the track. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're into 4th position in the Renault. Incredible stuff here. But last corner time. Once again, not getting the perfect line through that last corner. I was so gutted actually at this point. Like, if I just managed to stay with Raikkonen a little bit longer, I might have been able to go for a podium. But when you're in a Renault, I don't think you should be worrying too much about, you know, a couple of points lost there, because any points whatsoever are incredible. So, wow, okay, everything did seem to go my way this weekend, obviously, with the qualifying session in the wet conditions where I managed to put the right tyres on right at the end there. I was the last person on a lap, so obviously I got the driest lap time possible, so that obviously got me up the grid a little bit. I mean, if I'd made a mistake on that qualifying lap, I could have easily been outside the top 10, so overall a really strong race for me there in qualifying. Max Verstappen finished 12th. That's disappointing for him there. I'm sure he was expected to at least get a top 5 finish, maybe finishing ahead of me, or definitely finishing ahead of me. That was his goal, definitely at the start of the race there. But there's the podium, guys. Rosberg wins again. He's got 2 in a row. I'm not too sure why it's blurry in the background there, but nonetheless, Hamilton on the podium. Rosberg goes into the championship lead there. He looks very smug on the top step of the podium there. But Rosberg's won 2 in a row. He's now the lead of the championship. Raikkonen's on the podium as well. He's only, will be, what, 10 points ahead of Raikkonen, I think. We'll see the points table in a minute here. But overall, a good race for me. Well, incredible race for me. Much improving over my race in Bahrain. And looking at our lap times there, look at that. We were faster than Raikkonen and, what, 8/10 of a second behind the Mercedes. So, yes, I know the millions of comments are going to be coming. I'm going to be upping the difficulty for the next episode as long as I'm going to go into testing and obviously make sure that it works out. But let's be honest, guys. Do you really want to see me battling for like podiums in a Renault? It doesn't make any sense. So, you know, upping the difficulty will hopefully make the series better. Obviously, it will mean that we won't get as good positions, but hopefully it will mean we'll improve as a driver. I was a bit sort of wary about putting it onto legendary difficulty straight away because I wasn't sure whether I'd be anywhere, and I think obviously in Australia I would have been nowhere with the legend difficulty. I wouldn't have even had a battle. But look, we were 2.5 seconds faster than Kevin Magnussen on our quickest lap time there, so I think that sort of proves in itself that this difficulty is just a little bit too easy already. So yes, we will be improving the difficulty up to Legendary for the next episode. I'll do a bit of testing beforehand. I can't even remember what the next race is, to be fair, but I'll make sure I do some testing. And there we go. So the 3rd race of the season is all done, guys. We've won the first rivalry of the season as well. We got to 30 points first, which is great. And also we've got, what, 308 resource points. I'm not going to be splashing that just yet. I'm just thinking about what would be the best upgrade. But overall, guys, thank you once again for watching the video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. I know these videos are getting quite long now, but just let me know if you want to see the longer videos, shorter videos. All appreciated in the comment section. Thanks for watching once again. Remember to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. It's been Alex, and I'm out of here. Goodbye. Thanks again for watching this video, guys. I really do appreciate it. As always, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. It helps me out massively. You don't understand how much it really does help me out here on YouTube. Also, if you're new to the channel, Subscribing, it really will help me out grow the channel, which obviously really is appreciated. And now I've got that out of the way, if you want to watch another video as well, there's one linked on the screen right now. It'll be a different annotation link every day, so maybe different ones you saw yesterday. So always give it a quick check if you haven't seen it. That'd be really cool if you could check it out. Might be an old video, might be a newer one. Very cool to just see maybe some old content out there as well, whether you liked it or not. So as always guys, thanks for watching, have a great day. It's been Alex, I'm out here, goodbye.